Today on August 27th, Archangel Michael strictly warned you. This person is literally not allowed to text you or have a conversation with you because open it quickly. Archangel Michael says, this is not just another ordinary message. The words you are reading right now are meant to stop something dangerous from reaching you. A presence has been circling your life, waiting for the moment to break your peace. From the moment this person entered your world, the heavens have been alert. They may appear harmless, even friendly, but behind that mask is a force that was never meant to get close to you. Today, on this very day of August 3rd, the Divine has issued a strict warning for your protection. Archangel Michael says, if you had allowed them to text you or speak to you freely, a chain of events would have unfolded, events that would have stolen your joy, shaken your foundation, and dragged you into a storm that wasn't yours to fight. That is why the org is absolute. They are not allowed to reach you. This warning is not born out of fear, but out of a fierce shield of love and divine guardianship. Heaven saw something you didn't. It saw a plan woven in the dark, a plot designed to take advantage of your good heart. Long before you even suspected anything, Michael and his army of light were already moving. They intercepted messages, blocked attempts, and placed invisible barriers to stop certain conversations from happening. Every silence you've experienced from this person wasn't a coincidence. It was divine intervention. The reason they cannot text you is deeply tied to your destiny. You are on a path meant to rise above betrayal and manipulation. Letting them in would have been like opening a door to an enemy disguised as a friend. Archangel Michael says, it's important you understand this. Not every silence is a loss. Sometimes it's heaven's loudest protection. Every unreturned message, every failed conversation, every time your intuition told you don't reply, that was Michael himself pulling you away from a trap. Even now, as you read these words, there's a tug inside you, and knowing that this message is not random. That's because your soul has already recognized the danger. It's been feeling the weight of this person's shadow even when your mind couldn't name it. If you had replied, their words would have been like a poison wrapped in honey. They would have told you what you wanted to hear, only to lead you into confusion and despair. Michael saw it. That's why today, heaven had to stop you before it was too late. The silence you're experiencing is not rejection, it's salvation. The angels fought battles you didn't see, just to keep your phone from lighting up with a message that could have changed everything. Michael says, every blocked attempt, every unspoken conversation was a shield thrown in front of you. You were meant to stay untouched by their intentions because what they carried was dark distress in chime. Even the smallest interaction with them would have been like a spark that could ignite chaos. That's why heaven has been relentless. It wasn't just a warning whispered, it was an unbreakable command from above. This person is not allowed to text you. This is not because you are weak. In fact, it's the opposite. You hold a rare light that many cannot stand to see shiny. Asperso was drawn to that light, but not to protect it, not to cherish it, but to dim it. Your destiny is too important to let the wrong voice speak into your life. One message, one conversation could have planted seeds of doubt, despair, and destruction. Michael has been working tirelessly to keep your path clear from their reach. Think of the moments you almost gave in, when you felt like sending a reply, when you thought about reconnecting. Each time, something stopped you, a sudden distraction, a strange feeling, or an unexpected event. It wasn't random. It was divine hands pulling you back from the edge. Michael says you have been marked for greater things, and not everyone can walk with you. Some were meant to exit your story long before you realized why. The person trying to reach you was one of them. Every attempt they made was watched from above. The heavens saw their intentions, even when they smiled in your face. They saw how words could have been twisted to chain you down. That's why the order is firm. It's not a suggestion. It's divine law. No conversation. No access. No entry. You've wondered why it felt so hard to let them go. That's because the darkness often disguises itself as something comforting. But Michael says the disguise hath been torn apart. Today, August 3rd, the truth stands in front of you, undeniable and clear. If you had let them speak to you, their words would have pierced your spirit, stolen your focus, and delayed the blessings racing toward you. That's why heaven couldn't allow it. Michael himself has been standing guard at your door, your phone, your mind. He has been whispering strength into your heart, making sure you didn't fall for the traps laid out for you. The very moment they tried to type your name, Michael's sword flashed. When they thought of calling you, heaven moved their hands away. Even when they tried through others, messages failed, calls dropped, plans fell apart. This isn't by chance. It's a deliberate act of divine protection. You were meant to stay free from their influence because your future holds purity, power, and peace that they could have shattered. Michael says the warning is not just for today. It's a permanent boundary. Until you rise to where heaven is taking you, no one with darkness in their heart will be allowed to cross into your life again. Understand this: when heaven blocks someone, it's because their presence was a weapon aimed at your soul, and heaven will never let you be destroyed by what you don't yet see. You may feel a mix of relief and sorrow reading this. That's natural. Letting go often feels heavy, but Michael assures you, it's making space for something far greater to enter. Soon, you'll understand why this silence had to be enforced. The blessings arriving in your life cannot coexist with betrayal. The joy coming your way cannot be diluted by lies. Michael says every time you trust this divine no contact, your shield grows stronger. The moment you refuse to engage, you're choosing victory over sabotage. Even now, forces of light are clearing paths ahead of you, ensuring that only those meant to love you, help you, and protect you can reach you. The rest are being permanently removed, silently and powerfully. The heavens have already marked this day as a turning point. You will look back and see that August 3rd was not just a date. It was the day the divine cut off a dangerous thread from your life. Michael stands with you, wings wide, declaring that your voice will no longer be silenced by manipulation. Your heart will no longer be broken by those who never deserved to hold it. From this day forward, every message reaching you will be filtered by the divine. If it carries harm, it won't arrive. If it carries deceit, it won't speak. Only truth, only love, only light will find you. This is heaven's promise. This is Michael's unshakable vow to you. Even as you close your eyes tonight, the angels will still be standing guard. They will watch every attempt, every shadow trying to creep in. and they will not let it pass. Your peace is sacred, your destiny untouchable. The wrong voices have been silenced so that the right ones can soon be heard. Michael says, you are not alone in this battle. He fights for you, defends you, and carries you through unseen wars. And because of that, you will walk safely into a future where darkness can never reach you again. Today marks freedom. Today marks protection. Today marks a divine warning that saved you from pain you never had to feel. Every heartbeat from now on is a reminder. You are guarded by heaven. Every step you take forward is proof that you were spared for something greater. The silence may feel strange, but it is a powerful blessing. One that will lead you to joy, safety, and miracles you didn't imagine possible. Michael says, stay strong, stay unmoved. The ban on this person's access to you is not up for negotiation. It is final, sealed by divine order, and cannot be broken. As you embrace this truth, watch how your path clears, how peace fills your nights, and how heaven rewards your trust with blessings beyond measure. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says, now that you understand why this silence was enforced, you must also know how far heaven went to protect you. The battle wasn't just in the physical, it was spiritual. Forces you couldn't see surrounded your life, trying to manipulate situations to draw you back into a toxic web. Every word they planned to say, every scheme they wanted to unfold, has already been exposed in heaven's courts. The judgment was swift and clear, they cannot be permitted to reach you. Their intentions were not just wrong, they were spiritually harmful. Michael says, you have been chosen to carry divine light, and that light makes you a target for darkness. But no darkness can overpower the shield of the Most High. This is why, despite their attempts to get closer, every door slammed shut before they could reach you. The person who keeps trying to reconnect had been spiritually restrained. Even if they try to text you now, heaven will disrupt it. Messages deleted, devices failing, thoughts clouded, because you must not be dragged into the storm they carry. As the night falls today, you may feel an unusual calm. That's because the divine war that's been raging behind the scenes is finally nearing its end. You will wake up knowing you have been fully delivered from their influence. Michael says, the attacks against your peace were never accidental. They were deliberate, designed to plant fear, confusion, and hesitation in your spirit. But the power of heaven has turned every attempt into nothing. Every time you felt a sudden heaviness when thinking of them, it wasn't just emotion. It was your spirit rejecting the darkness attached to them. This inner warning saved you countless times from saying yes when heaven had already declared a firm no. From this day on, you will notice an unexplainable strength to resist their presence. The invisible chains they tried to throw around you are shattered. You are stepping out free, bold, and fully guarded. The attempts to reconnect won't stop immediately. But Michael says you don't need to fear them. The divine shield will intercept every harmful word. It doesn't matter what form they try to use. Texts, calls, messages through others. Heaven will break it before it touches you. Your life is being shifted into alignment with blessings so pure that no manipulation can enter. Michael says, This is why you were pulled away from them, not to punish you, but to preserve you. Imagine your destiny as a sacred garden. This person's words were like seeds of thorns, waiting to grow and choke your joy. Heaven stepped in as the gardener, removing every harmful seed before it had a chance to sprout. Michael stands over your life like a blazing fire that darkness cannot cross. He declares that anyone who tries to speak poison into your journey will find their words silenced, their power broken, and their access denied. There's a reason this message reached you today. On August 3rd, Heaven's timing is perfect. Had you not seen this now, a window of vulnerability could have opened, giving them one last chance to slip through unseen. But Michael says, Heaven does not miss its target. The warning came precisely when you needed it, shutting down every possible door where they could use. You are now entering a season where communication is purified. Every voice you hear, every message you receive, will be sifted by angels. Only truth will pass through, and every false word will be burned away. This is divine refinement. This is protection so strong that even when you sleep, the shield will stand taller than every storm. You will rest knowing no harm can reach you, not in words, not in actions, not in spirit. Archangel Michael says, those who try to manipulate you are not just people, they are channels for forces that fear your rising power. They were sent to derail you before your purpose could fully awaken. But heaven has declared war on that plan. The silence you experience is heaven's victory song over darkness. Every time you wonder why they can't reach you, remember this. You are untouchable because Michael has placed his flaming sword between you and every threat. You are shielded because heaven refuses to let your destiny be tainted by corruption. Michael promises that as you walk in obedience to this divine protection, you will see blessings chase you down. Opportunities, love, peace, and miracles that were locked behind unseen battles will now pour into your life freely. You will start noticing that other harmful influences around you are also being cut off. This is part of heaven's greater plan. It's not just this one person. Anyone who carries hidden intentions against you will lose access to your spirit. Michael says, this is your divine separation season. As heaven clears the old, it's making space for divinely chosen connections. The voices that will soon speak into your life will uplift you, heal you, and lead you into breakthroughs you've been praying for. The spiritual cleansing has already begun. You may feel lighter, as if invisible weights have lifted from your shoulders. That's because every word meant to chain you has been destroyed. From now on, every text you receive will feel different. It will either bring peace or it will be blocked. That's the power of the angelic shield covering you. Your steps will no longer be delayed by traps laid by deceivers. Your nights will no longer be disturbed by hidden whispers of manipulation. The walls, Michael, built around your life cannot be broken by human hands. You have been pulled out of danger zones without even realizing how close you came to disaster. Heaven's rescue mission was silent but powerful, and now you are safe to rise. Michael says, lift your head high. The person who tried to text you, who tried to force a conversation, is now powerless. The heavenly decree has silenced them permanently. From this day, watch how doors open for you. Doors that lead only to truth, blessings, and connections chosen by God Himself. Your future is protected, your spirit is untouchable, and your destiny unstoppable. Every angel in heaven has taken note of this moment. A celebration begins in the unseen because you have crossed into safety. The enemy has lost its grip on you completely. Michael stands beside you, declaring that your story will no longer be written by lies or deceit. From now on, only heaven's voice has authority in your life. Even as you read these final words, a new strength is rising in your heart. You are unshaken, fully shielded, and divinely guided. The wrong person has been removed, and nothing can bring them back into your life against heaven's will. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, now that the divine barrier is firmly set, you need to understand how deeply heaven has intertwined its protection around you. The unseen realm has shifted permanently, meaning that even attempts made weeks or months from now to break this shield will crumble. This is not a temporary defense, it is an eternal separation from harmful influences. The heavenly decree has been stamped, and it cannot be reversed by human will, manipulation, or deceitful intentions. Michael has placed an unbreachable spiritual firewall around your conversations, your messages, and your connections. From this moment forward, every digital pathway they try to use to reach you will either vanish, fail to deliver, or be routed away from your presence. This is why your intuition will feel sharper than ever. Michael says you'll sense darkness from a distance. Long before harmful words can approach you, your spirit will already know to avoid them. This is heaven's gift, a new level of discernment that will guide you not just away from this person, but away from all future traps designed to sabotage your destiny. Your silence is not a weakness, it is your greatest weapon of victory. Refusing to engage, refusing to open that door, is what keeps your light untainted and your future secure. Even those around you who are unaware of this divine battle will begin to notice something different about you. They'll sense your peace, your clarity, and they'll wonder why negative voices seem unable to reach you anymore. The reason is simple. Heaven has marked you as untouchable. Archangel Michael's presence has increased around you like a fortress, turning every attempt of darkness into dust before it can manifest. His spiritual shield will also bring justice. Every plot against your name, every rumor, every false accusation that person tried to seed will now return to them, dismantling their power completely. Michael says their authority to harm you has been stripped away. The divine courts have ruled and the verdict is unchangeable. They shall not speak into your life again. This verdict isn't just spoken, it is etched into the atmosphere around you. Angels now stand as divine enforcers, making sure no human or spiritual force can bypass what has been declared. From this point on, your destiny will move without interruption. The delays that once hindered you because of entanglement with harmful voices are now shattered. Michael says a new path has opened, a straight, unobstructed road toward your breakthrough. You will notice opportunities flowing faster, divine helpers showing up without resistance, and blessings that were once blocked now pouring out effortlessly. This is because the spiritual pollution that person carried has been cleansed from your space. Their silence is not just lack of words, it is the sound of your freedom echoing loudly across the heavens. You are now positioned to hear only divine instructions, divine encouragement, and divine wisdom. Everything else is filtered and rejected by heaven's hand. Michael has not only blocked harmful communication but has also rewritten the connections around you. Those who genuinely care for you will find new ways to support and uplift you, while pretenders will fade away without confrontation or drama. This divine recalibration ensures that no energy is wasted on false relationships. Your strength, your focus, and your love will now be poured only into connections that nurture your purpose. Michael says even your dreams will begin to change. No longer will shadows from this person haunt your sleep. Instead, you'll receive dreams of clarity, divine signs, and peaceful rest that confirms heaven's shield over you. The chains that once tried to link you to them are now broken forever, never to be forged again. In the coming days, watch how the atmosphere around you shifts. Conversations that once left you drained will no longer exist. Emotional heaviness tied to their presence will vanish like mist in the morning sun. Michael says this is divine detox. Your spirit is being cleansed, restored, and prepared for blessings so vast that no voice of deceit can ever stand in their way. Even their memory will lose its power over you. When you think of them, you won't hurt, won't confuse, won't tempt you. Instead, you'll feel heaven's gentle reassurance whispering, "You were saved, you are safe, you are free." This transformation is irreversible. The spiritual court has spoken, and the angels are enforcing it with relentless precision. Archangel Michael says this protection extends far beyond this single person. Every future threat, every hidden enemy, every false opportunity designed to pull you down will now face the same divine rejection. Heaven has appointed watchers over your life who will strike down harmful words before they ever reach your ears. This is why even future betrayals will fail before they start. This moment marks the beginning of a supernatural elevation. You will rise into places this person was never meant to follow. You will be crowned with honor, positioned in favor, and surrounded by those carrying pure intentions. The silence they're forced into is heaven's way of clearing your throne for true destiny partners to walk beside you. Even when others question why you've cut ties or stayed silent, Michael says you don't need to explain. Divine protection often looks like mystery to the human eye. Trust the process, because every unseen battle Michael fights for you is shaping a story of triumph the world will soon witness. Your journey forward will be marked by supernatural acceleration. Years of setbacks caused by toxic voices will be redeemed in a fraction of the time. What was stolen from you will return multiplied. And through it all, the decree remains unshaken. This person cannot text you, cannot speak into your life, cannot hold a seat at your table ever again. This victory will soon manifest visibly. You will see signs, unexpected blessings, long-awaited approvals, sudden breakthroughs that prove the barrier is not just spiritual but active in every part of your life. Michael says these signs will be unmistakable. They are heaven's way of confirming that the decision to block this person was not just protection, it was preparation for unimaginable glory ahead. Walk boldly now, knowing your steps are guarded by the fiercest warrior in heaven. Walk with confidence, knowing that no dark word can pierce the shield surrounding you. From this day until eternity, Archangel Michael stands by your side, enforcing heaven's order that your destiny shall never again be polluted by voices that were never meant to stay. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, as this divine protection continues to unfold, you will notice an even deeper shift within your soul. The burdens you carried because of this person's energy will lift completely. It will feel as though chains have fallen from your heart, mind, and spirit, leaving you lighter than ever before. The silence that once confused you will transform into undeniable clarity. You'll begin to see every hidden reason heaven kept this person from your life. Each revelation will make you more grateful for the spiritual shield that refused to let their voice or words reach you. Michael says, this understanding is part of your elevation. You were not just saved from a dangerous connection. You are being raised into a level of divine awareness where nothing and no one can manipulate you again. From this place of freedom, your discernment will sharpen to supernatural levels. Even subtle lies or false flattery from others will sound like alarms in your spirit, warning you before harm can even begin. The divine restriction placed on this person's ability to contact you has already begun shaping your future relationships. Genuine people, aligned with your destiny, will now flow toward you naturally, as if guided by unseen hands. This is not coincidence. It is Michael's strategy to surround you with only those who speak life, healing, and blessings into your path. The removal of harmful voices has created space for voices of truth and divine encouragement. Michael says, this is why you must stay firm in this silence. Any attempt to re-engage with the wrong person could reopen spiritual wounds that heaven has spent months, even years, healing for you. Instead, walk in faith knowing that your obedience to stay separated is unlocking blessings beyond human understanding. This is the trade-off heaven has offered, temporary silence for eternal peace and victory. Already, the ripple effect of this divine protection is spreading through every area of your life. Old cycles of conflict, chaos, and confusion are ending permanently. Even your surroundings will change. You'll notice toxic environments shifting or falling away completely, new opportunities, divine alignments, and pure connections will replace them. Michael says, this spiritual cleansing was necessary because you're stepping into a divine promotion. Not everyone can walk where you're going, and heaven refused to let wrong voices travel into your new season. Every no text, every no call moment is heaven moving you toward a destiny filled with divine partnerships, spiritual breakthroughs, and miracles no darkness can touch. Soon, you will witness heaven's justice play out openly. The same person who tried to speak against you will face the weight of their own actions. This is not your doing. It's divine rebalancing, ensuring you never have to fight battles heaven has already won. Michael says, watch closely in the coming weeks. Situations that once threatened your peace will collapse without you lifting a finger. Every trap set for you is turning into a pit for the one who dug it. This is why you were commanded not to engage, not even a single reply. Heaven has taken over the fight. Any response from you would have slowed the victory already being prepared in your favor. Now, you stand shielded and triumphant, protected not just from words but from every destructive force tied to this person's energy. The decree is still active and will remain so eternally. They are forbidden from contacting you. This is not negotiable, not temporary, and cannot be broken by emotional pleas or clever schemes. Michael says, Even if they attempt apologies or use others to reach you, divine interception will stop at every single time. The spiritual firewall around you cannot be hacked or bypassed. This is heaven's mercy working for your good. What you may have thought was just blocked communication is actually a sacred covenant to keep you unharmed and focused on your calling. Your life's purpose is too powerful to be tangled in conversations that carry hidden destruction. Heaven will never allow it again. Every time you feel tempted to wonder what if, remember that Michael himself stands guard over you. He has seen what you cannot, heard what you were never meant to hear, and fought battles that would have crushed you had you faced them alone. Because of this divine guardianship, your future is clear of delays, your spirit is free from bondage, and your heart is protected from further pain. Michael says, you are moving into a divine restoration season. What was stolen from you, time, opportunities, joy, will now be returned in abundance. Every tear shed because of this harmful connection will be exchanged for victories that bless you for generations. This is not just protection, it's transformation. Heaven has rewritten your story, removing every page where this person could have left scars. Even now, angels are preparing divine encounters to replace what was lost. Trust that heaven's timing is perfect. What is arriving for you is not just safe, it is sacred. You will meet souls who reflect the light within you, people who were divinely appointed to walk with you in truth and purity. Their voices will heal what once was broken, lifting you higher than you imagined possible. Michael says this is the fruit of your silence. Because you did not open the door to the wrong voice, heaven is opening gates to blessings you could not have received otherwise. Your obedience to stay guarded has become your greatest key to divine favor, protection, and supernatural advancement. This message today is not the end of Michael's warning, it is the beginning of a new spiritual covenant. From now on, every harmful voice will face the same divine block before it ever reaches you. Even in future seasons, when new threats try to rise, they will be silenced before you know they exist. This is heaven's promise. Never again shall darkness invade your peace. Michael says, step boldly into your destiny. The wrong person has been erased from your journey. Only divine connections, heavenly instructions, and angelic guidance will direct your steps now. You are protected, you are favored, and nothing can change the decree that has been spoken over your life today. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, the divine shield over you is now fully sealed. This is not just protection for today but a permanent safeguard that follows you into every season of your life. Every attempt this person makes, whether today, tomorrow, or years from now, will meet the same impenetrable wall built by heaven's decree. You may not see the battles, but the spiritual realm is ablaze with angelic warriors standing guard. Their swords of light cut through every shadow. Their wings form walls that cannot be breached, and their voices declare that your destiny belongs only to the light. Michael says, even if they think of you, try to manipulate energy, or plot silently against you, it will not work. Divine interception is already in place. Every harmful intention collapses before it is formed, leaving you untouched and victorious. This level of protection is rare and sacred. It means you have been chosen for a purpose far greater than you know. The heavens have seen your heart, your resilience, your faithfulness, and they refuse to let dark forces gain access to such purity. Even in moments when you question your worth, Michael says, heaven never doubted you. Your light was never meant to be dimmed by the weight of betrayal, deceit, or false companionship. Now, you stand in a realm of divine clarity. The person who sought to reach you has been spiritually erased from your future. Your voice can no longer sway you, their plans can no longer harm you, and their presence can no longer cast a shadow over your rising glory. This silence is not emptiness, it is the sound of your freedom, echoing through eternity. Michael says, you will feel this transformation in ways you cannot yet describe. Simple things, like a sunrise, a breeze, or a quiet moment of reflection, will suddenly feel powerful. It's because heaven is lifting layers of heaviness you didn't realize you carried. In the coming days, you will have dreams that reveal divine confirmations of this protection. You may see visions of gates closing, chains breaking, or dark figures being swept away by light. These are not just dreams, they are heavenly messages assuring you that you are secure. You will also begin to hear divine whispers guiding you to new paths, new opportunities, and new relationships that carry heaven's seal of approval. No longer will confusion cloud your decisions, clarity will be your constant companion. Michael says, this is the reward for trusty heaven's silence. The person who tried to reach you will experience divine barriers everywhere they turn. They may feel frustration, confusion, even despair, but this is heaven's way of severing every last thread that tied them to your destiny. You are not meant to rescue or explain anything to them. Heaven has taken full control, and Michael insists that your only task now is to walk forward in faith and obedience. This separation is not cruelty, it is pure mercy. It saves both your spirit and theirs from spiraling deeper into destruction. Heaven's hands are redirecting them away from your light toward their own path of reckoning and lessons. While they struggle to reach you, you will soar untouched into realms they were never permitted to enter. Michael says, as you continue to move forward, signs of restoration will multiply. Doors that were once shut will swing wide open. People you thought had forgotten you will suddenly reappear to bless and support you. The battles you silently endured because of their influence will turn into stories of triumph that inspire others. You will no longer speak from a place of pain, but from a place of victory that only heaven could orchestrate. Even your surroundings will testify to this divine intervention. Peace will settle over your home. Your steps will feel lighter. Opportunities for love, abundance, and joy will emerge where there was once only confusion. This is heaven's way of showing you that protection is not just about removing threats. It's about making room for miracles. The spiritual courts have sealed this decree forever. No access, no words, no conversation, no control. Michael says, even if they repent tomorrow, their path back to you is blocked until heaven itself confirms true transformation. Until then, no human persuasion or emotional plea can break through this wall of divine protection. This decree is not only for one individual. Heaven has extended it to cover every hidden enemy, every secret manipulator, and every disguised darkness that might ever try to approach you. From this day forward, your spiritual environment is purified. Only those carrying divine light will be allowed near you, and every false connection will be stripped away instantly. This divine safeguard has already begun attracting new blessings to you: financial breakthroughs, loving connections, spiritual gifts, and divine opportunities are being aligned with your path right now. Michael says, these blessings could not flow freely while you were entangled with harmful energies. Now that heaven has intervened, the floodgates of favor are open, and nothing can shut them again. Even unexpected miracles, gifts you never prayed for, surprises you never imagined, will soon enter your life as tokens of heaven's love and victory over darkness. This is the ultimate sign that your silence and separation were not losses. They were divine exchanges for a future filled with joy, abundance, and divine fulfillment. Every time you feel the urge to look back, Michael says to lift your eyes to heaven instead. Behind you is a path littered with traps now dismantled. Ahead of you is a radiant road paved with divine light. You are stepping into a season where heaven's protection becomes visible to everyone around you. People will marvel at how you overcame obstacles, how you avoided destruction, and how you now walk in victory unscathed. And you will know it was because heaven spoke a command that no one could break. This person is not allowed to contact you, not allowed to speak over your destiny, and not allowed to ever harm you again. Archangel Michael says, today marks a historic moment in your spiritual journey. The heavens are recording this as the day your life shifted forever. The day chains broke, battles ended, and freedom began. Walk boldly now, lifefully. Trust that every silence was an answered prayer you didn't know you had prayed, and as you rise into your divine future, remember this eternal truth. You are divinely protected, eternally shielded, and forever untouchable by the forces that tried to destroy you. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says, even as these words reach you, the divine shield is expanding beyond your personal life. This protection now extends to your home, your family, your finances, and every sacred part of your journey. And nothing tied to you will ever again be manipulated by dark intentions or deceitful conversations. This is not just about one individual being blocked, it's about an entire spiritual reset. Heaven has rewritten the script of your life to ensure that the voices around you carry only blessings, truth, and divine wisdom. Michael says, you may have noticed subtle signs already: unexpected peace, a sudden lack of chaos, or an intuitive knowing that you've been spared from unseen disasters. These were early signs of the heavenly decree at work, preparing you for this moment of full revelation. Even your devices have been touched by angelic intervention. Messages that could have harmed you vanished before they reached your screen. Attempts to track you or manipulate you through technology were disrupted by unseen hands. Michael says, you were shielded not just spiritually but physically, emotionally, and digitally. This is heaven's thoroughness, leaving no door open for darkness to sneak through. When you reflect on times you almost replied, almost engaged, remember that sudden hesitation you felt. That was Michael whispering stop to save you from consequences you couldn't yet see. And now, the protection is no longer subtle. It's absolute and unbreakable. The spiritual barrier has been reinforced so powerfully that even distant attempts to disturb your peace will collapse instantly. The heavens have declared you a chosen vessel, and chosen vessels cannot be touched by forces meant to corrupt their mission. Michael says, This is why every trap laid out against you failed spectacularly. Plots that were supposed to destroy your reputation dissolved before they gained momentum. Words meant to confuse you never reached your heart. Every harmful connection was severed by divine force. In this silence, you were not forgotten. You were hidden under heaven's wing until it was safe to emerge. And now you step forward not as someone barely escaping danger, but as someone fully armored in light, completely untouchable to darkness. Michael says, your future chapters will testify of this divine protection. When people ask how you avoided certain disasters, your answer will be simple: heaven blocked it. What was meant to be an endless cycle of manipulation has been permanently broken. The patterns that kept you bound, false promises, emotional traps, and spiritual distractions will never have power over you again. Even as you encounter new seasons and challenges, this decree will follow you. No wrong voice will ever gain authority in your life again, because Michael's sword will strike before they can speak. This eternal shield is your inheritance, and nothing can revoke it. You will notice that divine connections will soon replace harmful ones. People aligned with your destiny will appear unexpectedly, drawn by the light heaven has preserved in you. Michael says, these are safe voices. Heaven-sent partners meant to lift you higher. They will speak words that heal, guide, and strengthen you, not words that deceive or destroy. This new circle of protection is designed to prepare you for major breakthroughs. Opportunities once blocked by toxic interference will now flow freely. Where there was delayed, acceleration will come. Where there was confusion, divine clarity will reign. This is the power of being fully removed from destructive influences. Even your past will no longer haunt you. Memories that once hurt will now feel distant and powerless. Old conversations that lingered like shadows will fade completely. Michael says, this is spiritual purification. Heaven is cleansing every residue of the wrong person's presence, ensuring you walk into your future without carrying old wounds. This purification will reflect in your actions. You'll speak with more authority, move with more confidence, and make decisions guided by divine wisdom alone. No remnants of betrayal, no fear of manipulation, no lingering doubts. Only strength, victory, and the undeniable presence of heaven surrounding you. The enemy's last weapon was communication. A single text, a single conversation meant to drag you back into chains. But heaven has shattered that weapon. Michael says, even if the enemy tries again through different faces, different voices, or different strategies, they will face the same divine wall. Your destiny is now fully guarded. Every harmful word dies before it's spoken. Every attempt to sway you crumbles before it forms. This isn't temporary protection. It's a permanent heavenly contract ensuring your path remains pure and unshaken. From this day forward, you will rise without resistance. The heaviness that once clung to you is gone. In its place is divine strength that makes you unshakable in every storm. Michael says this is only the beginning. The removal of harmful voices has unlocked a wave of blessings and breakthroughs long delayed. You'll soon witness doors opening that were once bolted shut because of wrong influences. You'll also see justice unfold. Every false word spoken against you will backfire, restoring your honor and elevating you into places of divine favor. This is heaven's way of ensuring that no harmful conversation ever robs you of joy again. The angels rejoice as they watch you step into this new chapter of divine protection. Even now, heavenly trumpets sound to mark your deliverance from unseen dangers. Michael says you are now a walking testimony of divine rescue. People will see your peace, your success, and your spiritual blow, and they'll know heaven fought for you. This battle was won without you lifting a hand. It was fought in silence, behind the veil of the unseen, with Michael and his legions standing guard. And now that victory is yours forever, Archangel Michael says, go forward boldly knowing this. No one unapproved by heaven can ever reach you again. No harmful word, no manipulative text, no deceitful call will ever touch your destiny. You are fully shielded, permanently free, and positioned for a future brighter than you can imagine. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Archangel Michael says as the shield strengthens further, your journey takes on a completely new dimension. What was once blocked is now transformed into divine acceleration. Every second you were spared from harmful communication is now being multiplied into blessings that will overtake you suddenly and powerfully. The heavens are not just silencing a voice, they are amplifying your destiny. This decree has caused spiritual walls to rise around you, walls made of light, truth, and heavenly fire that cannot be penetrated. No text, no call, no whispered plot can climb over or break through what Michael has sealed for eternity. This permanent protection is also elevating your spiritual authority. Michael says from now on, you will carry a presence that automatically repels deception. People who approach with false intentions will feel an unseen barrier stopping them before they can even speak. Every angel assigned to you has been given renewed instructions. Keep the chosen one untouchable. They are positioned at every gate of your life, physical, digital, emotional, and spiritual. This means that the silence you experience will no longer feel like loss. It will feel like divine strategy. Heaven has stripped away every voice that carried the power to wound you so that you can finally hear only the guidance meant to lift you higher. Michael says you will now notice more signs of divine alignment, perfect timing, unexpected blessings, and doors that swing wide open without effort. These are confirmations that you have been fully removed from traps that would have consumed you. Every unseen battle has already been won, and now the rewards of that victory are being poured out without delay. Your heart, once weighed down by confusion and emotional pain, is entering a season of supernatural healing. This healing will not be temporary. It will anchor your spirit in strength so deeply that nothing in the future can shake it again. Michael says your tears were never ignored. Every moment of despair caused by this harmful connection was collected by heaven and transformed into seeds of favor. Those seeds are now sprouting into opportunities that darkness can't touch. As you walk forward, you'll notice that where rejection once hurt you, peace will now comfort you. Where betrayal once wounded you, divine justice will now restore you. This is the unseen exchange. Pain have been turned into power. Silence into safety, and separation into spiritual sovereignty. The person who was forbidden from contacting you is facing a divine mirror. Michael says they will be forced to see their actions and intentions exposed. Heaven is leading them into a period of self-confrontation, stripping away their ability to harm others as they once attempted with you. You do not need to witness this process. Heaven has removed you from their orbit to spare you unnecessary pain. What matters is that your destiny have been spared from their interference forever. Even if they change in the future, Michael says, the timing of their return will not be decided by them. It will only happen if heaven approves. And only when it no longer poses a threat to your divine mission. Until then, their silence remains permanent and unbreakable. The divine firewall surrounding your communication is also strengthening your discernment in relationships moving forward. Never again will false words lure you into harmful entanglements. Michael says you have been spiritually upgraded. You will now sense deceit before it speaks, recognize manipulation before it forms, and see clearly what others tried to hide. This divine wisdom ensures that even without angelic intervention, your spirit will know when to block harmful energies. You have been equipped to protect yourself as heaven continues to shield you. This combination of angelic and personal strength is what will keep you completely safe as you step into greater positions of influence and blessing. Every time you resisted replying, every time you hesitated before engaging, you were unknowingly cooperating with heaven's plan. Michael says that obedience, even without full understanding, allowed the angels to win this battle faster and with greater force. Because of your silent cooperation, you've been positioned for divine promotion. Roles of leadership, spiritual growth, financial elevation, and authentic love will find you because nothing toxic stands in the way anymore. This is the beginning of a divine restoration season where everything stolen by manipulation is returned to you multiplied. Heaven is not only protecting you but rewarding you for enduring the unseen trials of this harmful connection. The future ahead is clear, radiant, and overflowing with miracles that were delayed only because of past entanglements. Michael says look for signs of breakthrough in the next days and weeks. Unexpected messages from people who truly support you, opportunities that once seemed impossible, and divine encounters that change your direction will appear effortlessly. You realize that silence was never isolation, it was preservation. Heaven had to keep you hidden to prepare you for this flood of blessings. Even as you receive these miracles, the divine barrier will remain active. No harmful voice can ever return. No manipulative word can ever gain power again. Your destiny is now protected by heaven's eternal decree, guarded by angels who will never leave your side. You may feel an overwhelming sense of peace settling in your spirit as you read these words. Michael says that's confirmation that the battle is truly over. This is not a temporary victory, it is a sealed triumph that echoes through time and eternity. The harmful person who once had access to you is spiritually removed, their influence shattered, and their attempts silenced forever. From now on you walk not as someone escaping danger but as someone crowned with divine safety, wisdom, and unstoppable favor. Michael stands beside you, declaring that your steps are blessed, your path is pure, and your life is fully aligned with heaven's plan. If you wish to express your support further,